Hello, this is the fourth full video that we have on the channel. This one we are going over our Dynasty League, our first year specifically, starting from the transactions leading up to the first game of week 1. There we'll check out the matchups and lead into the weekly report and discuss stuff along the way. So thank you, all three of us greatly appreciate your time.
What's up, YouTube?
Eh,
YouTube.
yeah. Chargers, adding the Chargers, dropping Cortland Sutton. Not probably the best move. I don't know what he was doing there. Yeah, so I don't get it. It was a bad move. We'll move on. Zach picked up Tutu Atwell, dropped Greg Dortch. I have Greg Dortch now, so thank you, Zach. Yep, we said about Josh. Go ahead.
Tutu was a good ad, though.
Tutu was a good
player.
ad. Yes, he was. He was. He actually, can I bring up the stats for Tutu? Does anybody have some stats for Tutu that they can look at right now? Oh, actually, it did bring it up for me. It just took forever.
I mean, even was a little bit there. 62nd ranked wide receiver, but did have a couple good weeks to begin. All double-digit weeks, so he was definitely worth a flex play. But once
in the
Cooper
beginning,
Cup came back, Puka Nacua took over.
yeah, Puka.
He kind of got put on the back burner there. Only one.
He fell off pretty quick.
Double-digit week after that. Rest of the season, didn't play a lot of snaps toward the end of the season. So
but, hey, first few weeks, if you needed some help, he gave you that.
Yeah, he did. But I think giving up Greg Dortch was.
Ooh yeah.
So he tried. He tried. I don't think it was a bad move.
It wasn't a bad move. Greg Dortch was a backup even to Rondell. He was a backup to Rondell because Rondell Moore was the slot guy. But
honestly, I don't even think Dortch did a whole lot until like later on in the.
Yes, in the season, yes. And I know of him because I picked him up, I think it was the previous year, when a whole bunch of them got injured and I picked him up over, I think, Rondell Moore or something like that. I don't know. That's why I grabbed him too, because Kyler seems to like him. When he plays the slot, he does really well, and Kyler throws to him. So if he's the starter, I like it.
I mean, right now it's just him and Michael Wilson. I mean, I think you have Zach Pascal there too, but they're gonna end up drafting somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, if it ends up being like Marvin Harrison, then I definitely see Dortch as more of a slot guy, or so. But still, hey, it's gotta have you on your bench at least.
But Dan picked Dobbs up, drops Dobbs for McCoy.
I'm trying to find a quarterback.
Yeah, what did McCoy even play? Was he even number 2? No, Toon was number 2. Or was he Toon number 3 for a minute and then...
No, he was the starter for a minute because...
Kyler was down.
Yeah. It was between him and Josh Dobbs starting, and then I think Dobbs ended up taking the lead, and then he got traded to Minnesota from there.
Yeah, and he did fairly well for both those teams.
Yeah.
But, and he could, I don't know how much he could have helped you, but it's possible he could have helped. Who knows? I grabbed Cortland Sutton for a whopping 112.
I mean, yeah, you won that one by
a
lot.
Did. I knew I had to go in on it.
I think the next closest one was Tommy, and he only put
75
down.
Yep, 75. You put 35. Melissa put 25. Hayden put 7. Yeah, I knew if I was gonna go for him, and at the time. And it's funny because I look at my roster earlier from week 1, and it does not like it. I could have easily have sucked, been really bad. So at that moment, I was kind of like, I need somebody to possibly use because I don't know what my team it was a lot of speculation, a lot of potential maybe, but not really. I had a few people like AJ, Burrow. But ETN, but who knows if he even had an alright year. He was what, number 2, 3, but he should have did better. I was desperate, so I bid that much.
I mean, still, like, he honestly played really well. I think
Yeah,
he
well,
was
I
like a wide
liked him.
receiver 2, wide receiver 3, high end. I mean, the dude had 10 touchdowns.
Oh, he's
So
a
he was,
beast.
especially early in the season, he was, I mean, even for 112, like, you're not giving up anything other than some waiver money.
He
Like, that was,
scored a touchdown in every game besides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 that he played in. He did not play against the Chargers. So if you want to count that, sure. But yeah, out of the games he played, he didn't score in 5 of them, which is impressive
yeah.
as hell. Like 15, 16 games you score a touch, like, or not that many, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, he really didn't give you anything in the fantasy playoffs, but at that point, I think
The
Melissa had
touchdowns,
him, so
yeah,
it
the
didn't matter.
touchdowns gave you double digits every week.
Yeah, I mean,
So
he definitely improved from last season. So I think he's still like you put
they
somebody
were
out there that can get him the ball.
Russ wasn't really even like him, like 50% of himself that first year with the Broncos, though. He just didn't look
Yeah.
like he didn't look good. He didn't look healthy, like he was even like happy being there, really.
Yeah, but might have just panned out for me in the long run. I tried biting on a quarterback kind of desperately.
Well, I liked Russ
He still threw for almost 30 touchdowns, so it's
well, I
not like
mean,
he.
like not like sorry, I should say not like last season, but like the year previous, like when it was Russell's first year with the Broncos.
Oh yeah,
Like
he was
last
bad.
year when he played pretty solid football like last season. The year prior, his first year, not so much. He didn't look even remotely like himself. At
Well, he
least
kind of
I
got
didn't think so.
exposed. Well, they got exposed a lot too, using a lot of the same hand signals. They didn't really change anything up. They kind of were just like, "Here, Russ, do whatever you want," and
Well, didn't
it
they
didn't
bring in
work.
Sean Payton immediately after, like in that offseason?
Yeah, then he throws close to 30 touchdowns. So
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so with at
well,
least a competent head coach, he's able to do that.
yeah, he's not the type of quarterback that's going to sit there and your franchise by being a Tom Brady or being like a Patrick Mahomes. Like he can't make decisions. The decisions need to be made for him.
I'm trying to see if there's any other noteworthy moves here. Oh, here, this one. The trade with you and Willie. The one, well, which ended up becoming the 104, but at the time you obviously wouldn't have known that. It would have just been the first round pick and $75 fab for Wilson.
Yep,
I mean,
it was.
Bit of an overpay, yes, but hey, when you need a
yeah,
quarterback, you need a quarterback, and you
yeah,
got to pay it first.
yeah. Which things work out different ways, but yeah, it will definitely got. I think for Will, it was at first he literally like he even told me he just said, "I'm not trying to win this season. I'm just trying to
No, he
get
was
my draft
smart.
pick."
He knew what he was doing
And
when he did that.
he just drafted so well that he still won. Like he was honestly, you know, a defense swap away from winning a championship. And it was, yeah, he was like right there. So, so the fact that he has a good team
Well,
now,
he drafted good, but not, I wouldn't say great. Where he ended up making a lot of his moves was with those trades where he had those later round quarterbacks that he was able to flip for a first. And then he ended up making trades along the way that he ended up winning out on those trades.
yeah,
He just really stacked up on the value and capitalized on it, like with the two quarterbacks with Dan and Aaron. Like he just flipped two low tiered, uh, if at best middle tier quarterbacks for a first. That could
Pretty
potentially
much.
easily end up being an early, which it did for Dan with Dan's pick.
hmm so yeah,
But
yeah,
if Wilson does good for Dan, it ends up being a good deal in the long run. I mean,
we'll see.
because if Wilson can put up numbers, I mean, a good quarterback is worth worth a mid-round first at least. Sorry about that. So
Yeah, for sure.
but moving on. Nothing else there. Gaskin, nope. Bunch of people on the trade block. Okay, yep, we can just go into the games actually now. And we'll not start with mine. We'll start with Aaron's and Dave. Dave versus Aaron. Aaron came out on top, 122-96. Holy crap, he won with Aaron Rodgers. Oh, that was the first game. Aaron Rodgers got injured. He played what, like 2 snaps?
Yeah. And then one more snap, a snap of his ankle.
Yeah, dang. That's cold. Okay. But McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey, 25. Metcalf, Adams, that's a good matchup.
Who needs a quarterback when you have CMC, you know?
You speak truths.
That bro's an automatic 20.
There's a transaction that shouldn't have never have happened right there. Well, we'll get to that one. We'll get to that.
Love it.
Yeah, because notice that's not how that ends up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pickens doesn't end up being on that team, and Olave isn't on that team anymore. Okay. Hopkins, decent. Mike Evans doing what Mike Evans does. Pittman doing what he does. Yeah. So pretty much, where did he kind of just fell out with his team? Yeah, Boyd, mediocre. Gabe Davis, mediocre. Just bunch of mediocre performance. Not even mediocre, just poor performance, really. 3 points, 5 points, 7 points, 8 points. And from a wide receivers, that's not something you want at all. Not even double digits. Don't really stand a chance if you're not doing that.
True.
And honestly, that's not like a bad team he puts out on there either. It's just like it just underperformed.
Yeah, they really did.
Jacob.
It also did help that his starting quarterback took like a half snap.
What? Who?
Oh.
Yeah, Aaron won. Aaron won that. Yeah, he lost. Dave lost, and even though he had 0 points.
Flipped. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, which losing against someone who puts up a donut is embarrassing. Like that just tells you how bad your other players did. Like your just whole roster. Like, yeah, Daniel Jones 6 points. Did he get hurt that game, or did he just suck?
It was that Cowboys game. He was just getting.
He's getting
throttled,
getting wrecked.
Yeah, he got taken out on a stretcher.
All right, so Aaron took the W. We'll move on to Dan kicking the shit out of Melissa, 179-143.
That was my best game all year because Tony Pollard did something.
Killed her. Even though 143 ain't nothing to snuff at either. That's a lot of points. But Mac Jones put up a nice 25 for you. Pollard 22.
They all had season highs right off the rip.
Oh, that definitely has to be Mac Jones' best game of the year. Pollard. I mean, I could see him putting up maybe a close
game of the year.
Well, I'm saying I could see him putting up another close, but Mac, I could pretty much, yeah, that has to be his best game for sure.
Yeah, I don't think the Patriots scored that many points the rest of the season.
No, their offense was bad. That's my point. Like, it's just easy to see that 25 and be like, yeah, that's his best performance, you know?
Oh, yeah. And Alex Madison, he ended up kind of shutting down after the first couple weeks. You thought he was going to be.
Stephon Diggs had a season high, too.
Yeah, Diggs, he balled out against Baltimore.
Which at that point, you're like, all right, that's just Diggs being Diggs. But, yeah, he really didn't. I don't think he ended up getting anything after that.
He still ended up being number 9. I think we discussed that before. He ended up still having a good season. He fell a point.
He didn't get touchdowns.
That and he just wasn't getting as much play at the end of the season with what's his name, Joe Brady as the coordinator.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah, he
running
got
it
the
a
He
lot
targets.
did get
more and
yards,
using
but he just wasn't
Shakur.
scoring.
But that
No,
was
he
a
did
nice
have
matchup with Ridley and Diggs there. It's a nice little.
he did have a 3-touchdown game in week 4. He had 36 points, so he still did. And he did a couple 20-point games after that. So especially
It
halfway
was
through
his
the
second
season, he
best
was.
game.
Yeah, but still, yeah,
That down.
like Pratt mentioned, the second half of the season he wasn't as good. Fantasy
Yeah.
wise, at least.
How many touchdowns did he end with? It wasn't that much.
I
I don't even know if he.
He had the 3-1 game. He did get some touchdowns. I think
Can
he
I
kind of
bring it up
salvaged
on
some
here?
of his scoring.
Oh yeah, I can
He
bring
had
it up
8.
on here.
Yeah, he didn't reach double digits. He had 8.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It just he literally like at the what 6, yeah 6, 8, 7, 7. That's not something you normally see from Stephon Diggs in consecutive games. But other than that, your starting roster did fairly well. Obviously, Dallas freaking kicking the crap
40
out of.
points.
Yeah, I mean, geez.
That was my best starter of the year.
For real, it might be. Uh, but yeah, solid, very good win. What's this one? This is Brown when he had the FU pickles.
Well,
Do
I
you
didn't
want?
at first. It was just my name, and then like the last week of the season when I played Tommy,
I
we
feel it.
nicknamed Pickles.
I feel it.
I changed it, but I kept it for the entire season.
Understandable. Played Jeremiah. Jeremiah's first game in our league. Well, and this was his first year in both Dynasty and redraft for us, yeah?
No, he played redraft with us last year.
Did he? Okay. I didn't remember. But Herbert Cousins is a good matchup. Eckler. Oh yeah, Eckler. That was probably his best game, huh?
Well, that's the thing. That was his total at halftime.
It's
He
so
got hurt.
weird seeing him in a Commander's uniform.
Yo, right?
I saw the picture of him like a day or two ago practicing, and he looks ripped. He might.
Shredded. He
I'm
might
hoping
be.
for a bounce back. I'm
Yeah.
hoping. Fingers crossed.
You're gonna be pissed, dude. You're gonna be pissed. I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. I wouldn't doubt Eckler. I mean, you've seen all these years where he was just like, and everyone was saying his size, he shouldn't be doing this. His size, he like the first year, what was it? They had who was he sharing the back? Was it LT he was sharing the backfield with, or was it somebody else?
I don't think it was LT. No, he really didn't.
Who am I thinking of? There was somebody else when he was there, and they were splitting the load, and then he left. Melvin Gordon, that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Melvin
Melvin
Gordon. Melvin Gordon. And then he left, and then they were like, "Oh, Eckler, he can't be the bell cow," and he ended up being the bell cow for them for like 4 years and doing really well. Probably if not more than that. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of guessing, but
That's funny
Yeah,
you say that because Gordon was also another Denver bust. I just don't think that they have good management over there.
he did good when he was with the Chargers, but when he left, I think he might have did all right and then got injured. And then really
It just
didn't do
seems like
anything after
everyone
that.
that goes to Denver is just terrible. Like if you don't get drafted to Denver, you're just terrible if you go there.
Secondhand
unless
bad.
Peyton Manning. Unless you're Peyton Manning.
Yeah, unless you're Peyton Manning, that's an exception.
True. Good. Yes. Thank you for the correction there, Brown.
I don't even wasn't Peyton Manning awful in his last Super Bowl?
He was
run,
not.
though?
Yeah, he wasn't. They pretty much won because of their defense, but I wouldn't say he was bad. Like, he still paid Manning. Was he ever really bad?
No, but you can also not. Oh yeah,
He just
Was
wasn't
it
winning
bad?
any of the
Yeah.
games like he normally
Yeah.
would.
Honestly, I think one of his best seasons was with the Broncos. He had like the most touchdowns in a single season for a minute there, but that was with the Broncos, I believe.
And it might have been his first season. I don't think they won the first season though when he went there. I think it was
Yeah.
like the second or something.
They lost to Baltimore in the first season, but they were like top seed. Like they were
Yeah.
still winning.
I think
They
that
went
might
to
have been
the
the
end
first
of
year he was there. But
And then I think he got hurt, and then Brock Osweiler came in
Brock Osweiler.
for a few weeks, and then he was just very mediocre ever since then.
I love hearing these names, like just remembering and hearing these names that like just haven't been brought up in forever.
They gave him a bunch of money too for no reason.
Yeah. Teams do stupid things when they need a quarterback, dude.
Don't
But
pay guys. Just
Blake
incentives.
Bortles, oh my god, I can go on and on.
Let's move on though from to Justin Jefferson to Devontae. Devonta. That was a good matchup right there. Shut up, alarm. Zay Flowers putting up 17. Yeah, you put up pretty much a donut there with Gibson. He was your starter. Yep, that's where you pretty much lock it too. Oh, Goddard as well. Did he get injured that game?
Goddard, no. He just had a bad start to the season. He just wasn't doing much.
Yeah, 92% snap. Yeah, he just didn't get the ball at all. Okay, wow. But yeah, you pretty much had your lowest performance. There's a lot of low performances here, so I'm not surprised.
Yep, not my best work there.
Yeah, you 127 really
choosing-
isn't that much to win. You kind of had to mix in didn't help you.
Yeah. I also had Kendrick Bourne on my bench. He had what, 26 points or something like that. 24 points. So, but I still probably wouldn't have started him over.
Yeah, where is he?
I think he was down in my he's still in my IR because he got hurt, but that's where he's showing him on here.
Oh yeah, it's not showing in the. Did you have him at that time? You might not have had him.
Yeah, I've had him the entire season.
Did you? Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I just not showing IR, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, it's showing the bench. It's not showing IR, so.
It's not showing like Musgrave either, so and I had him at that point.
Well, I mean, it's kind of I don't know. The only person I would have maybe seen using over him would have been Gibson, but even then, I could see the reason in using Antonio Gibson over someone like Kendrick Bourne, So I could see where you went with your starting lineup. I wouldn't be too upset
really
about that.
Looking at some of these things, like Jaden Reed wasn't ready to be a starter yet.
No.
Josh Kelly, like he was the back deck, but I wasn't starting two of those guys.
No, I feel
in
that.
The same lineup. So Gibson just ended up being the guy I thought that was going to maybe get some catches out of the backfield, which he ended up doing, but not
that
not
game.
in week one, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Ham versus Tommy. Yep, another one. 143 to 94. Not a very good performance from Tommy in this one. Oh, well, neither good performance from either quarterback with this. Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, 12 and 7. Yee. Dang, the first three
Tommy
basically kind of.
For some reason, Tommy has just an historical consistency of starting seasons so slow. That man starts 0-4, I think.
And then he trades his team to Zach.
And then he trades his team to Zach, and he ends up just barely swinging into the playoffs, but then running the table after that.
Yeah, because he moved Waddle. He traded Waddle. Eventually, he didn't stay. Tony, he probably just dropped him, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Stroud, he eventually came in. He was just using him because Watson, which I feel that.
Well, that week it was his first game in Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, his roster's not too totally different, really. Because really, he moves Waddle. We'll get to that, but his roster didn't end up being too different. But he did make a few trades and shit along the way to definitely get there. But you're right. He always starts off slow, and then, I was looking at the redraft and shit, and we'll have to discuss that one day for sure and go back and look at all that because that would be fun. And he just would all squeak into the playoffs 8th seed and just end up winning. Son of a bitch.
Ends up beating you because you have such these good seasons, and then you're just first round facing a Tommy who just does usually on fire.
Yeah.
My
first round luck is just abysmal.
Yeah.
I don't have faith ever move.
If you win the first round, you're fine though.
Yeah, all right, well, whatever.
Past that round, you're good.
Yeah, but
Ayuk past that first round.
Ayuk did really well, 32 points. He had a really good season. This was probably I'd probably say this was his blow up year.
Yeah, I drafted him in redraft, and I didn't start in week one. I started. Who did I start? For fucking. I apologize. My bad. The swearing.
You're good.
Brandon Cooks for Dallas. I started him
Yeah.
over Ayuk, and I regretted that immediately in redraft. I lost that first week because of that.
It happens.
Yeah, the big game in Pittsburgh.
Let's see. Any other? Oh, Tua Watson, little showdown there. But yeah, nothing else really worthy. Why Stroud didn't make the lineup yet. I'm sure he will.
No, I'm sure.
So what? This is the last matchup right here. Willie versus Zach. Another low scoring affair. 121.98 to 121. Neither of these guys did very well. Aaron Jones had a game. Ooh, Tyreek Hill, he'll do that to you at 44 points.
That's all you need. That's all you need sometimes.
Yeah.
Look at that T. Higgins goose egg.
Ooh, yeah. I didn't even see that. Yikes. T. Higgins.
I really don't think I think he's one of the most overhyped receivers in the league.
I feel that. I don't know if it's like too overhyped though. Like,
No, athletic wise, I
you know
mean,
what?
sure. If you look at him, yeah, he's a freak. But like, if you look on the stat sheet, it's just not anywhere what they think he is.
Because he
I
is a
don't-
good
I don't know.
receiver. Like, so I don't know how much of an him being a true number one is where I could kind of see like maybe I don't necessarily believe that he could be. That would be something I'd need to be proved wrong about.
I still think he's one of the better number 2 wide receivers in the league.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
he's in the top tier for
Yeah.
wide receiver twos. It's just that I don't think that he would be successful going somewhere else and being the number one.
Yeah.
Clear-cut number one.
We're on the same page there. Then it seems like. Okay. Nothing really else noteworthy there. Let's move on and take a look at the best performances. Let's see. Ham with Tua, Aaron Jones at running back, Ty Hill 44. Ham had two different players. Dan with the Cowboys, of course. Bench warmers. Oh yeah, there you got one too, Dan. 29 points. Jacoby Myers. He was lighting it up though because he had Jimmy Garoppolo was playing at that time, was he not? And then they had the coach too.
Yeah, I think that Jacoby Myers is actually going to be pretty decent this season.
Yeah, I think he'll still be all right. Oh, and then you had Algier too, but
Yeah, number
that's
one.
not really someone you'd probably, yeah, in hindsight, but
They're trading Devontae. Let's be real.
I don't know. Most efficient manager was Melissa, 143 out of a possible 153. Zach was the least efficient. Highest points in a loss, Melissa. I'm sure she'll come up in that category quite a bit. Lowest points in a win. Woo! Heck yeah. Take that. Biggest blowout was Ham. Okay. Overachiever, sorry, was Dan. Dang. There ain't nothing wrong with that, though. Underachiever, Brownie.
I'll be both. Yeah, that's fine.
Aww.
Yeah, we can move on from that. And I'll leave that there for now. And we can move on to week 2. And the start of the week 2 transactions. Zach drops Dalton Schultz. And a few waiver claims happened. Zach Wilson was claimed for $150 fab dollars from Hayden. Dang, that's a lot. I mean, when he was the starter after, like, there was speculation though that they were gonna go and try to get somebody for a minute, like, cause they.
I wasn't.
I wasn't that either. No way.
Nah.
But
looks like yeah. I mean.
Hey, when you can. Yeah, exactly. If he ends up like he did start pretty much the whole season, I think, except for those few games where they tried some other quarterbacks who just sucked even more.
Mm-hmm.
But Hunter Henry wasn't one that I picked up for 26. No one else bid anything, so I just wasted my fab. Yeah, see, this is where you pick up Kendrick Bourne. Yeah, see, I told ya. No, I didn't know that, but I didn't see him on there, so I kind of. But you grabbed him early though, so you were pretty much all season.
Yeah.
21.
Actually, we bid the same amount on him.
And you won because you got. That's crazy that we bid the same exact amount, 21. Just 21. Like, what was the purpose of that number? I don't remember.
Well,
How
usually,
I came up with
alright.
that.
Usually people bid a even number like 20, 25.
Yeah, it was
Or
probably
like one of
some
those
kind
numbers.
of.
It's like I usually always go $1 more.
That was
And if I
probably.
really want to think about it, I go $2
You guys
more.
really wanted the prices right, that 20.
Honestly, it
Oh,
probably
yeah.
was something like that where I was like, he's this and that, and honestly, that's probably exactly what I was thinking, because that's how it goes. You're like, well, if I go even, you want to step up one more, and if you really want him, like you said, you bet a few extra. So yeah, that was still crazy though that we ended up with that exact 121. But yeah, you had priority since I got Hunter Henry already, so you won that one. Josh Reynolds was picked up by Tommy. I pick up Browning, whoop-de-doo. I drop him later. Nothing really else here. Oh, Aaron and Dan trade Josh Dobbs and Christian Kirk.
I won that so hard.
Here's the trade that will forever be ridiculous. Olave and the 106, and for Dak Prescott and Rondell Moore.
That's disgusting.
Awful
That
trade.
is. This is why I'm like, you sure you don't need to manage your stuff a little bit?
Awful trade.
I mean,
Awful.
yeah, I mean,
That was
it
god
wasn't,
awful.
yeah, it was. I mean, at the time,
Not even at the time.
man.
Not even, Brown. You can't even say that. Legit. It's bad. Either way
I'm
you look
trying
at
to
it.
find a way. I can't.
He
can't
took
find a way.
advantage of him, and at the time, I'm like, well, what do I do? Like, he said he needed a quarterback. I can't, like, what, when he had him by the balls, and yeah.
I think that we need to make like an overwhelming approval. Like,
Well, and that's the thing. No, like a lot of people are at the state to where they're like, oh, and it's funny because for some parts of it, they're like, oh, it's Dynasty, and for others, apparently it doesn't matter. But a lot of the people are like, it's Dynasty. You should let people do what they want to do. So.
I mean, yeah, people gotta learn to, like, even though
And I
you're
get that. I do
in
get
a
that.
situation, there's deals in giving up a first round pick and your best receiver. Like, I think there's better deals to be made in that. Like, honestly, I have no, like, if it was Prescott and Moore for a first by that self, I think that's fair.
And I don't want
think
to
that's
implement something to where, like, we'd be like, hey, if someone makes a trade, then people know that that player's available and they can go and counter it and beat someone else, because that would be a little unfair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
wait.
So it's
What do you mean?
like if someone, like, if that trade got posted and then we left it there for 42 hours and was like, hey, this trade was made. If anybody wants to make a play for these players, you have a potential, you can beat it out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it would be
auction?
fair but unfair at the same time, kinda.
Like trying to auction?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Because
see. I mean,
it would be fair and not fair because the person who initially made the trade made that trade without other people knowing, and that's not anybody else's fault. You know?
yeah.
So that would be kind of a dick move to take it away from the person who sought out that trade and was ready to make that trade, and then take it away because it came to other people's attention that they were making a move.
No, but there's some things that are just clearly not reasonable.
This one should have not. Honestly, looking back on it, we really should have cracked down on that one.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's like he had him bent over back. Like, he needed a quarterback. He said he needed a quarterback bad. Yeah, you got to learn from your mistakes. So that was one that, and now Willie's team stacked, and people know that. So the next few years, when people see those players that they traded to Willie, and he wins a championship or something, they're gonna be like, well, shit, I shouldn't have gave him my best players.
Yeah,
you know,
gotta learn.
Because after you traded your first round pick, you told me, you're like, no, I gotta be careful with my shit. I can't just be trading first round picks and shit anymore. Like you learned, like they and Zach. I mean, I don't know if he'll actually ever learn, but and Aaron's
I'm
learning a
looking
little
at
bit.
halfway at this point.
Yeah, Zach's
Yeah, I think
he's just bad at trading,
Will did his best to take advantage of the fact that
and he
I don't know,
did.
a lot of people know how to play Dynasty well.
Yeah,
So and he forced, so he definitely took advantage
he
of that.
capitalized on it. And if I could have done that, honestly, I would have done the same exact thing. If you're telling me I could have gave away Dak Prescott and Rondell Moore for Chris Olave in the 106, shit, yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean but that could probably be notched into the one of the worst trades of all time category. Oh, here's one that's I don't know, kind of
Geno Smith for
borderline.
Dallas.
Yeah, that's
I think
in hindsight.
Hayden won that one.
Oh,
I think he got the best
obviously,
on that
obviously,
one. Yeah.
just off Tank Dell alone, I think he easily wins that. Yeah, without Josh
I
Downs
mean,
being
yeah.
there.
Dell's definitely worth a first round pick right now.
Oh
So,
yeah. The one I think last I heard it was like the 108, 109, something like that.
yeah, like a higher first round pick. I mean, he's a receiver that now he's like on
Well, now I don't know
bunch.
because now that Diggs there.
Yeah, I still don't take away his like long term value though.
No, I
Like,
think
still
that's why he
he's-
probably still sits at like the 108 or something like that in that range.
Yeah, I don't think you're seeing him go straight up for a first round pick, but I think he's like in that conversation of
Right.
if there's like a bigger deal to be had, he's definitely a big piece of that.
But that one was another major trade. 2 back-to-back crazy trades. Well, at the time, the second one, not too crazy.
Mhm.
Not really too much here. Yeah, not too much there. Okay, so matchup time. Oh yeah, I lost. Willie kicked the crap out of me this week. 161 to 134. Let's see where. Oh yeah, CD kicked the crap out of AJ. Higgins out of Jerry Jeudy. Me starting Jerry Jeudy. Jeez, that was a mistake for sure. Puka, gotta love it. James Cook, he did good. Yeah, really, I just Komet,
Yeah,
Judy,
actually had a good
and
game for you.
AJ. Those few people who just did not have a good game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Puka Nakua, he's definitely my favorite
got a lot-
player right now. And he's a Ram, which I love even more. Like, I don't think I'll ever trade Puka. Like, I really should trade Puka because, like, his value's sky high right now. And really, like, I mean, yeah, I really should trade him, but I'm not going to. Sam Howe, fuck you. Oops, yeah, screw you, Sam Howe. You did good there, but yeah, I'll eventually hate you. But yeah, took a loss there. Dan, 147 and 160. That sucks. Yeah.
Mac Jones just didn't do anything, and
Well,
Damian Pierce, like
Pierce,
usual.
yeah, Pierce was just in your lineup sucking.
Oh, nice. Jamar only put up 8 points.
Yeah, Jamar Chase, I think those first 2 games, he really didn't have very good games for you. Yeah,
So
9 and 8.
He didn't do anything
till week 3.
Games, actually. Yeah.
He had 26 week 3. But yeah, less than double digits to the first 2. Yeah, his players balled out pretty much, except for Lazard and Samuel. Wilson did really well for you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and McCaffrey, yeah, none you can do when you got, especially like you got Swift putting up 27. So that's kind of. Oh, this one though. This definitely has to be one of the bigger deficits in the entire year. 171 to 106. That's 60-point difference right there. Dave beat Melissa. Wow.
He's probably his best game of his.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Season right there.
That's insane.
Is that when Chubb got chubbed?
Oh, you might be right. That might be the Chubb
that
injury.
was the game
Is it?
against
No,
the
wait.
Steelers.
This is week 2. So yeah, he might have got injured halfway. That was He got it. Pittsburgh. You're right. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, his leg too, man. That was gruesome.
Daniel Jones, he had that comeback one against Arizona. That was probably his best game of the season. 31 points.
Who? Daniel Jones?
Yeah, for Dave.
Oh, for Dave. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He got injured too later. Oh yeah, Davis balled out.
Yeah, Pickens had that long touchdown, so it salvaged him a pretty good game.
I remember that. Yeah, his team just pretty much crushed. And then
Gabe Davis is literally Gabe Davis is the epitome of throw him in there. He's a lottery ticket. He's either gonna be really good or really bad.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He for real is. He's like the dude you throw in like your last flex spot, and just leave him there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's pretty much like playing a slot machine.
And he's with who now? He went to the Jags. I think he'll do all right there.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Next one, Tommy gets the W against Jeremiah, 144 to 126. Hurts and Herbert with a nice little battle there. Keenan Allen doing Keenan Allen things. Ooh, look at that tight end battle right there. Zach Moss. Who? Oh, yeah, you're starting Bateman. No wonder why he lost. And, well, Jimmy G was the starter at the time, I guess, so you can't really talk too much crap about that. But, yeah, Bateman. That's a horrible one right there. Yeah, not too much to say about that one. I think that was the last matchup, yeah? Oh, no. We got more. There's 2 more. Sorry, duh. Yeah, 165, 136. Brownie takes the W.
Hasn't that a good game? Rashad White broke out, have a good game.
He had a really good year.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. I remember 2 years ago, he balled out against Detroit. He had like 40 points, and then they put him back in the same situation this year. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start him again. I'm gonna start him this time.
Yeah, 25 points. Woo.
25, one of his better performances of the season.
That'd probably definitely have to be his best, you'd think. 23, which was close.
Yeah, Goff had a great game, so redeem myself a little bit there.
Heck yeah. But yeah, I poo-pooed Rashad White early on, and I'll definitely take the loss on that one. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was debating whether that should draft him or honestly like AJ Dillon. So I'm glad I went with.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm glad I went with White because I knew Tommy was gonna take him if I didn't. So I just thought I'm gonna take him and then maybe hopefully get AJ Dillon coming back around in the next round. But luckily he was taken, and I don't think he's gonna be much of anything in his career, unfortunately. So.
Crap. Hold on. It was a little jacked up, kinda. Not too bad though. Alright, hold on. That's better. Alright. Our squad lost to Zach. Your brother versus Zach. Richardson, 17. Allen, 23.
Just so you know, that game, Richardson had 17 in the first quarter, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, he was getting. Didn't he have quite a few of those where he was starting and then he would get kicked out of the game?
Yeah, like he gets hurt and he came back and then he finally got hurt to the point where he got knocked out for the season.
But went up against Josh Allen, Bijan, Fire Arthur Smith. Hell yeah. Not this year. Not for the Steelers. I like him as the OC. Don't get that twisted. Kenneth Walker, Connor, that was a good battle. Hill London, that was a good one. Dang, some pretty solid battles across the board. This one was pretty close though. Not like, yeah, there's not, the tight end was a little bit of a difference. Atwell. Oh, there's where the Atwell came into play.
Hey.
Kenny Pickett, boo. Oh, the Steelers defense. Yep, that'll do it. Okay. I think that's... Yep, now that's it. Cool. All right. On to the next one. Oh, get out of the way. Oh, yeah, I see what's happening here. Boom, boom. Okay, all right, now that's cool. I see. I sees. My bad. Just double checking something. So where do we finish off at? We're done with that on the week 3. Week 2 report, though. Who do we have as the best? Oh, 2 players from Dave's team, Daniel Jones and Barkley. Zach. Most efficient was Dave with 171. Least efficient Ham with 136. And highest points in a loss, Dan. Damn. Lowest points in a win. Biggest blowout. Oh, for a second there, I was like, wait, how can the same person be overachiever and underachiever at the same time? And I was like, wait, no, that's Dave and Melissa. It just...
Their names are very close.
That threw me through a loop there. All right. Okay, so on to week 3. Oh, yeah, this is another big loss by me. Holy crap. Well, not another one another one by me, but another big loss in general. 173 to 107. Oh, I started Sam Howell. Gosh. I'm just going to throw up in my mouth every little bit every time I see Sam Howell in my starting lineup. Yeah, Tyreek Hill kicking the crap out of me. Thielen, he was killing it at the beginning of the year. Yeah, my team just kind of sucked. Nico 5, Stevenson 7, Henry 3, Puka had a decent game with 12, but Howell only had 4. Like, I'm not winning anything with that. So, moving on. There's another high-scoring game, Aaron and Melissa. Devontae. You said he's going to get traded, Dan? You really think so?
Maybe. I think so.
Maybe.
I mean, I see him trying to go to New York.
Didn't they signed Mike Williams. Did they sign anybody else?
No. Not that
I
I
don't
know.
see him going. I don't see him go to the Jets though. Maybe the Giants, but not the New York Jets. And I mean, they did say they weren't going to trade him. That could always change, but I think he's going to at least start the season
Aaron
with.
Rodgers wants him.
I think he's at least going to start the season with the Raiders.
But yeah, this one not really close either, so I'll just kind of skip through that. I'll kind of pick this up a little bit. Dan went and beat Dave 155 to 139. Let's see who. Oh yeah, just solid performance at the top. Jamar Chase with 20 point. Debo 25.
Let's go 1 point for Dallas.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the defenses, man. They're the most random thing in the league. It really feels like, I don't know.
They play an important role, though.
But yeah, you got the dub there against Dave. Then Jeremiah beat Ham 164-139. Herbert Jackson, good battle there. Sanders. Oh, Keenan Allen. Oh, wow. He was just lighting it up in the beginning of the year, huh?
He was so good to begin the year.
31 and 45 back to back. Yeesh.
To be completely honest, I don't think he had a bad week up until the time he started to get
Banged
hurt
up.
and
Yeah.
team fell apart. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Jimmy and Tua had a pretty solid season. Brownie lost to Tommy 168-120. Holy crap, Raheem Mostert. Jesus Christ.
So
45 points.
that was a 70-20 game. So he had A-Chain on his bench with 55 points, I think.
Oh yeah, could you imagine if he had him starting in there like somewhere?
It was easily
Like even if you just had
yeah,
Moss in or had him over Moss, it's like an extra 30 points. Like,
yeah.
like,
I mean, he didn't need him. He definitely beat the shit out of him.
yeah,
Again, pardon my French.
he was running with Tony for a while though. I wonder when he wised up to that.
That took him a while, actually. I think he started him for a good bit at the start of the season, and then just finally like, yeah, screw it.
Can't trust him anymore. Yeah, he was going with dudes like Josh Reynolds. Like this was the team that like somehow got into the playoffs and won the championship. People.
Like I said, he wasn't like great. This is his first win, I think.
No, he had
And
one. I think the week prior. I think that was his first W. He got the crap kicked out of him. I think week 1, then week 2 he won, and then he won here.
Okay.
But yeah, Cooper Watson had a good game. Yeah, he was Josh Reynolds. Like, I really can't believe that man won the championship. Stroud, he started to come alive, so I'm sure he probably joins the lineup not too long after. All right. Moving on. Your brother beats Willie. Let's see any notable performances. Kenneth Walker. Williams, good game.
Shit.
Yeah, we're not gonna go too much longer. We'll probably cut it off here after this. I do actually, you know what? We can finish up talking about that Derrick Henry trade, and then yeah, we'll finish this up, and then we'll talk about the Derrick Henry trade if that's cool.
Yeah.
And then we can just continue doing this another time. We can wrap it up around. It's 56 minutes right now, so cut it off around an hour. It'd be perfect. And then yeah. But
Cool.
let's see here. Yeah, no really other performances. I mean, Laporta, when did he start to? Okay, so he really started to shine that week in Atlanta. Finished as tight end 1. All right, here's a quick question for you guys, since I've kind of been running my mouth the entire time and you guys really haven't been able to say anything. Sam Laporta, he not top 5 because that's a little too easy, but is he top 3 next year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I think.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll start with you, Dan. We'll start with you. Go ahead.
Travis Kelce's probably more toward the bottom 5 of the top 5 now. Mark Andrews is probably somewhere around. You could probably put him anywhere between 2 and 4. But I think like Sam Laporta at worst is 3.
That's why I said top 5 seemed too easy. That's why I was like top 3. But
yeah, I think at worst he's 3.
What do you say,
peak,
Brown?
maybe 2.
Sorry. Go ahead, Brown.
I think he's a top tight end. Like, I don't think.
You think he'll be number 1 again next year?
Yeah, like he said, Kittle's there, Hawkinson's there, Kelsey's still there, obviously.
It'll be a battle.
Andrews. But I think he works so well in that Detroit system. It's gonna be. I mean, I definitely don't see him. I think I see him coming off first in most of the redrafts. So definitely, like he's at least gonna be a top 5 player but regardless of like injury and that too. But yeah, I don't see him not being one of the top guys next year at least.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
agree.
So yeah, top three. That's top three. I don't know number one again because like you were saying, Brown. It's kind of well, both you were saying there's some guys up there to battle in that top three. So any
Yeah,
of them could. It's the littlest difference could end up putting them at number one.
Yeah, there's a lot of parity in tight end positions. I mean, it was Travis Kelce, like bar none, every single time, no matter what. You drafted Kelce. People drafted Kelce in the first round, but like now, I don't think it's gonna really
It'll be
happen like
Laporta
that
now.
anymore. Laporta is not gonna
Yeah.
be the first round guy. No,
I
he
don't
might
know.
end up
Laporta
going.
could be end of first round, and it's like a 12-man league like ours. I don't know.
I wouldn't
Kelsey
chance it.
was going. Kelsey was going there a few years.
I
I
still
mean,
think
I could.
people will still pick Kelsey in that spot.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
think
Do you really think people would pick
Kelsey.
Kelsey over Laporta?
I think so. I don't think it's the right thing, but I definitely see people first round picking Travis Kelsey for the Patrick Mahomes factor.
Who do you think the top tight ends are in Dynasty right now? Laporta, Kelsey, Kittle,
No,
Andrews would still be up there, yeah.
probably
Hawkinson.
probably Dalton Kincaid too.
Kincaid, yeah,
Yeah,
right. That was completely escaping my mind.
I think a lot of people also overlook Terry McBride.
Yeah, true.
oh my God, Trey
I think Terry
McBride.
McBride,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
man.
he's honestly. I can see McBride also being in the top 5.
Yeah,
I
like
think
now, ooh.
you're gonna start seeing a lot of the young guys come up, and the guys
Yeah.
like Kittle, Kelsey,
Even
still got value
even
there.
Njoku, if he
Ooh.
continues
Njoku's,
to have, I mean, it might be a Flacco thing, but if he had a season like last year, you can even say him.
Honestly, those young dudes might, at least as far as like off the top of my head, those might be like the top, like, oh, I think I might put all those dudes in my top 5 in Dynasty.
in
And then I
Dynasty
think I'd
especially.
throw
You
like a
gotta
Kelsey
go.
or Andrews or someone like number 4 or 5 or something like that. Because
Yeah,
Trey
in
McBride, like
Dynasty,
Laporta, Kincaid, Trey McBride, and then you throw in Bowers. Yeah, dang. I don't know. Well, off the top of your head, what do you think, Dan? Off the top of your head, what do you think your top 5 would be?
Like right, like long term.
Yeah, well, Dynasty is long term. So like right,
Yeah,
like if you had ever like your choice of tight ends like right now, like and Bowers gets drafted by a good team, whatever, like I'm sure he'll find a good position wherever he goes and he'll get used. But yeah, what would your top 5 be? Because there's those young studs, but there's also those good vets too. So would you throw like Kincaid and Trey McBride in your top 5, or would you throw some of those older heads in there?
I mean, I'd probably put Laporta, Andrews, Kincaid in my top 3. Then I guess 4 and 5. If Bowers is already gone, I guess that could be filled by like Travis Kelsey,
Well, if
and
you're
then
just saying
maybe
like if you're just like if you were to do like rank them right now, so Bowers would be. So if you wanted to put him at number 4, you definitely can.
yeah, I'd probably put him at 5,
5.
and at 4, I, it's like real awkward.
It's
Like everyone else is either like I don't know, age is important,
uh-huh.
and I do like there's a couple people that you want to put there, but you can't. I think Njoku would probably be my 4.
Njoku. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, I like this little topic right here that we ran into because in Dynasty, like it's true, like you have a lot of good, and it's one of the more limited positions. So you only normally like at most you'll have 2 tight ends in a league. Not really any more than that, but where like your flex, I mean, you could use more than 2 tight ends, obviously, because you have your flexes, but really no one's doing that most times. so they're more limited. And obviously, there's really only one good one on the field who puts up fantasy points. But so it's kind of interesting to be like, well, because you have those really good vets who are up there in age, but you also have dudes like Laporta, Kincaid, Trey McBride, and then Bowers, who's going to be getting drafted. The top 5 it's a lot. It's pretty it's pretty crowded up there.
Yeah, it's definitely murky. It's definitely it's not as clear cut as other positions are.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do you say, Brown? Off the top of your head, who do you think your top 5 would be right now?
Are we talking like Dynasty or just
Yep.
overall?
If you had access to all the tight ends, including Bowers, who would you put in your top 5 for Dynasty?
I would say Laporta's one.
Uh-huh.
I don't. Yeah, I was trying to think of that, and it was McBride. I think McBride too.
Ooh, McBride too.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I would say Bowers 3. Bowers 3, Kincaid 4, and then that's kind of 5 is kind of gets iffy because I could put so many guys there.
That's
Like you do have Kittle and Kelsey right now, but I don't know if I would take him over like a Hawkinson or somebody like that. But
well,
I'd say
Kelsey's
for
34 to like an Andrews who's what, still like 30, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but Andrews is also extremely injury prone. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, Isaiah Likely, we haven't talked about him yet. He's fantastic, and I think he ends up becoming more of a prominent target for Lamar Jackson. I mean, if we're talking about dynasty, like for the future,
Would you throw him in your top 5?
I really like Isaiah Likely. Yeah, like honestly, I like him better than
I like that.
Njoku or yeah. I would like as far as like guys who I'm just building a team around.
Nah, hey,
He, so yeah, I would say what was it then? Laporta, McBride, Bowers, Kincaid, and Likely.
All right, so here, I'm going to give you mine. It's kind of the same, except I'm going to throw in mine number 1. I mean, I think for a lot of people, this could be Laporta at this point. Laporta. Then I'd probably go number 2. 2 and 3, I probably could go either way. It'd probably be between Dalton Kincaid and Trey McBride right now. Then I'd probably throw Bowers number 4. But for my 5 spot, I think I would go T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, 5 is just a weird spot.
He got injured last year. The last few games, but still ended up as tight end 4. So, I mean, and he's 26 years old. So, that's my number 5 right there, Hawkinson.
Sucks because you got to I think another thing that sucks with tight ends is they're very dependent on quarterback play too.
Yeah. And he's still with the Vikings, but again, I've said it before, I'm not the biggest fan of Sam Darnold, but if they roll with Sam Darnold, they're going to most likely get a quarterback. Who it is, I don't know yet, or if they go up high enough or they just stop at 5, and if it May falls, who knows, but they're probably going to get another quarterback. And again, I have at least enough faith in Darnold to be able to get the ball to those players to put up decent fantasy points. And Hawkinson in the end zone, I mean, he's just, you throw it to him, because Darnold has a cannon. He throws it to him, he's going to catch it.
Oh, no doubt. I'm just saying a lot of these tight ends are like at the 5 spot really could be decided based off quarterback play.
And that one would be more the shaky one, Hawkinson, because you're right. That is one of the, Kelsey, Andrews, their quarterback's set. You don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
So that's a fair point. But
Another guy, Evan Ingram. That's
Dan boy.
He's in the top 5. Hey, he's been top 5 the last 2 seasons.
I
Yeah.
think I would have used. I think he might be one that would have been up there if he wasn't like what's he turning 30 this year.
Yeah,
He's gonna be
old.
30. Yeah.
So he is up there now. Even like, and Andrews and everybody are at that age too. But I would just probably I would probably say it's almost unanimous with all of us saying that they're just the better tight ends. I mean Ingram's good, but you'd say Andrews, Kelsey's better. So as far as the age, they're that close. You'd just If he was younger, I could see him breaking top 5. But he is a good
I'd
tight
say
end. He was number 2, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
I'd say he's been healthier though. Like he can also make a case for him that way.
He played all last year, I'm pretty sure.
He's played all of the last 2 seasons.
Did all 2 seasons? I know, because I know we looked at that the one episode and we spoke about Ingram when we were looking at Dan's team. But yeah, he's a good tight end. He could easily end up being in the ranking top 5 as far as end of season. But when we're talking like our rankings, it's who are you picking right? Like your top 5 right now, you're picking in Dynasty.
Yeah.
So
I'd say he's definitely in the top 10.
Oh yeah. I'd probably even say
I would still take.
He could easily be up there top 8. Like you were saying about like likely. Like a lot of people would probably like throw him in there. There'd be people who'd throw Ingram in there. Yeah, that's probably where you'd start to see him at top 8 for sure. Because Njoku, that was one Dan said that those two would probably be neck and neck. I feel like in dynasty rankings as far as tight end.
Yeah, like I would say I'd still take Hawkinson over him. That's because
over those two, I think I would as well.
A few years younger, but yeah.
And we can actually finish off this one by talking about the Derrick Henry trade, which let me see if I can actually find this on here somewhere. What happened? Whoa, no. Nope, we're not doing that. I don't know what happened there, but I gotta fix that because that's not what I want.
Huh?
It's asking me to renew the league. Like, no.
Oh no.
Yeah, I already went in. It's supposed to transition to the next season and not do that.
Yeah.
What do you do? Like, holy shit. Okay, let me try to fix this here. Oh shit, hold on. Crap. Oh no, I'm scrambling.
Calm down. Take one step at a time.
I might have to. Oh crap! I hope I don't have to do that.
Right now, like I'm on sleeper right now.
Yeah, see, it's not. It's messing up. All right, I reset it. Paste. All right, boom. We're back. We're back, baby.
Back and running.
Okay, so right here. Yep, I can bring it up. Derrick Henry. Okay, so new guy, Nathan. Did I get that right? That's his name?
Yeah, Nathan.
Okay. New guy, Nathan.
Nathan.
It works, you know? He gets or trades away Derrick Henry, a 2025 second, which he had a ton of those because I gave him 2 of mine and then he had one of his own. So, yeah, he had basically a spare one to give. That's really nothing. 2024 third round, whoop-de-doo. And he gets Ty Chandler, who's still in Minnesota. I can't click on him for some reason. But who's he sharing the backfield with right now? Cam Akers, who's injured.
Oh wait, Madison's gone. That's right.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, Brownie. Aaron Jones, but he's the number 2, which he'll probably get some play. So that's he'll probably still be serviceable. And Aaron Jones, he's been banged up a little bit. So, yeah, he's serviceable piece. But the 110 is what he got right here. It's not showing it, but he got the 110 from Willie. Ty Chandler in the 110. For Derrick Henry, 2025 second, 2024 third round. It's not bad. That's pretty good.
I like the trade. I think
Yeah, we'll start with you,
getting a
Brian. Go ahead.
first-round pick. Yeah, because Derrick Henry isn't worth a first-round pick right now. Like
No.
he is.
I'd probably say mid-round, second, early second.
Yeah, like he's still serviceable. He can still be like a running back 2-ish. Especially in like Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
But you can like he's still an RB1 last year, so like he still has some miles left on his time there, but he definitely isn't a first round pick. I say definitely a second, but the fact he was able to do that and swap it for his second, that you said he already had a bunch of them for next year. So
yeah, he had 3 of them. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, give up Henry, but get a first round pick back. And basically, I would say Ty Chandler for a third round is, I would say, a little bit of a grab, but especially with Aaron Jones being there. But
well, how high is that third? Is it an early third?
It's an early third. Yeah. It's like a 303. So.
It's pretty even though.
Slightly, yeah, I think Wolf slightly wins it, but you never know until like we'll be talking about it next year, and then we'll finally.
All right.
We'll probably have a better idea.
What do you think? What do you think, Dan? You think this one's an even trade?
I don't think it's a terrible trade. Let me go look at exactly the details.
Yeah, it's the 2025 second, which he's not much, but he gives away Derrick Henry and a 2024 third, which is the 304 or 303. That's it, I think. Yeah, and gets Ty Chandler and a 2024 first, which is the 110. If I'm not mistaken.
So you gave up a first and a 2025 second for Derrick Henry, Tyler Chandler, and a third. I think that's even. I mean, he's investing in the future. You're investing in now.
Yeah, Willie. Yeah, he's investing in. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I think for what you guys want, the trade-off is fine. Pretty even.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, like Brownie was saying, the second or Derrick Henry isn't exactly worth a first. So like you kind of just bump that up with the 2025 second, and then like again what Brown said, it's Ty Chandler for a third, which. Is he worth an early third? Probably not, but how much value is really lost there? Probably not much. He probably actually is worth like maybe a mid third, late third. I'd say maybe.
Late third, maybe, and early fourth.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. It's pretty fair trade. Good trade. I actually was trying to get Derrick Henry, but didn't have necessarily have the assets to give away, nor ones that I wanted to give away. I was trying to give away the 207, which was close to fair, not exactly. Well, as far as Keep Trade Cut says, but that's more of a reference point. But even so, that's probably where he like 205 is 205, 206 would probably been exactly fair value, but. He was saying he was going to try to get a first off of Willie, and he made it happen. So, applause to that guy.
Kudos to him.
Yeah, the 110. You can make that 110's a pretty good pick right now. It's looking like you can get some nice talent at the 110.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's so deep you can get a decent pick in the first round in general. But yeah, 110, there's still value.
Because even if he wants to, if you think about it, he traded away the older headed Derrick Henry, who's still like Brown said, like there's still some production there. It's Derrick Henry. I'm sure he'll be fine. But
Yeah.
he gives away the older head, and then at the 110, if he really wants to, since it is towards the end of the first round, he can get the best running back in the class. Well, the one that he feels is the best running back, and go young.
Yeah.
I hope not, because I'm on the pick right after him. But
Well, yeah, I'm just saying what he.
I would
Yeah,
like
you
mine.
wouldn't like that, I'm sure.
I would like my own. Like if I would choose running back, of course. But like honestly, if you see if like I said, like if you see a Bowers or somebody that's like dropped significantly,
Someone's going
which I'm
to
not saying it's gonna
fall, I
happen.
feel. I think there's going to be one
Yeah,
player, one or two players that someone's going to jump on, and there's going to be those players, one or two of those dudes who fall because of it.
yeah. Like looking at Nathan's roster, like he might end up going receiver. I could see him getting like he has Devontae Smith, he has Addison, but I could still see him
True. Yeah.
that.
That probably
He
would
has
be his best bet.
like he has some running back depth there. He has Tajay Spears. He's getting Chubb back. Plus he has Jerome Ford backing him up. And then I can see him. I can see him going running back or wide receiver. Honestly.
Yeah, really either one he could use because like you said, I mean, he has some pieces. Well, Chubb is kind of we'll see how he recovers. But yeah, I mean, that probably would be his best bet, would probably be wide receiver. I keep saying probably, but it's looking like that's. You might be right about that one.
I
And
hope
the
I am.
110 is, I mean, there's receivers.
Yeah, honestly.
The receiver class is deep. The running back class, not so much. Quarterback class is pretty deep. So there's going to be talent.
Which, let's face it, and looking at what he has, that's his only pick. Is that first round pick?
Oh, yeah, because he
For
gave
this
away the
year's
third.
draft. He does have 2 firsts, and now he has 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 3 thirds. And so
Yeah.
he's loaded with picks next year.
I gave
But right
Melissa
now, it's like
all
that
my
one
picks
pick.
in my yeah, I gave Melissa like basically all my picks when that Amon-Ra St. Brown Joe Burrow trade happened. Because I had
Yeah, so
2 seconds, I had 3 seconds. Damn, I can't remember exactly how that went, but yeah, I basically gave up all my picks that year.
yeah. Plus, honestly, I can see him going quarterback just because. Yeah, he has Burrow. Yeah, he has Lawrence. That's it.
Ooh, I don't know about
Like
that.
he has Beathard backing up Lawrence, but who says he backs him up? Maybe it's Mac Jones.
Cause would you draft a guy that you can use right away or a guy? Oh, Dan just put somebody. Who'd you put on the trade block, Dan?
I just put a few people on there.
I threw up Devo Samuel. Let's take a look at this before we get out of here. Oh, Jamar Chase. I want Jamar Chase. I already talked to you about that for the
Yeah, we could
future.
talk.
Because
We
I
could
want to,
talk.
I want to see where, I want to see how this NFL draft turns out before I do anything. Because I talked to you about some trades, and I think Hayden definitely. He's holy crap, man. That your brother is ruthless when he comes to trades. Like he comes at you. Cause it wasn't that long ago. I told him I was waiting for the NFL draft and about the picks, and then just the other day he messaged me again asking what I would trade or something, and he's. I'm like- it's tempting. It really is. I just
Yeah.
the smart move is to wait. Like, just because the NFL draft is so unpredictable. Like the 103. If something happens and the player, like someone at the 105 or I think could be at the 105 ends up going to a spot I don't necessarily like, then that 103 is looking a whole lot better. And I'm like, well, why did I give it up? I should have just kept it. Screw that second round pick or whatever.
Mhm.
No, I feel
Yeah, I
that.
mean, I even says like I'm gonna kind of wait on my guys, wait till the draft, and here I am making 4 trades. since the off season. So
Well, the off season,
it's
like the beginning of the off season's one thing, but now that like I've like where I'm at now, yeah.
so yeah. I mean, one of those I honestly look back on and like, that's a little bit much. What was it? Gibson for Sean Clifford, who's like Jordan Love's backup. It gave to Hayden, which he did once, and a 2026 second, which I still think is a little much, but we'll see how Gibson plays in New England. Yeah, and then I made that trade with you for a
Derek
car,
Yeah.
a late second, which
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
That's
I
not a
don't hate
bad
it.
that's not a bad move at all. You get if you can use him at your super flex for even like half the season, like cuz Carr he has his issues like real life quarterback, yeah, but as far as fantasy goes, like when he's ball like he'll give you 20 to 25 points.
Honestly, like he was just more of a security blanket because I'm gonna be starting Cousins and Goff most of the time unless there's like a perfect matchup and Carr has a really
Yeah,
good matchup.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, which Cars can still like put up quarterback one numbers here and there.
And
Had
it
a
get
really strong end of the season too.
and you have Young still sitting there, so who knows what he's doing.
I'm hoping my best for him. Still kicking myself that I didn't take Stroud, but here we are.
We'll see. It's his first year. The team wasn't good. They were bad.
Yeah.
They were horrible. But yeah, Dan puts up. What was the last one? Mark Andrews, huh? I don't know about Andrews, but I might be trying to come after Jamar Chase. That's for sure.
Plus, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I'm not putting him as like a top 5 tight end or anything. Cade Otton. I saw him in the playoffs. I ended up trading him. I ended up trading for him. I ended up giving Hayden my third round pick next year, and Luke Musgrave. But I got Otton, who was fantastic in the playoffs for Tampa, and Mike Williams, who honestly, hopefully he can still ball. He's going to the Jets, so.
Alrighty. Well, if anybody decides to watch this, please give it a like and a subscribe.